Welcome to Little John's Yarns. Today we're going to learn how to crochet a sunflower motif. This is a super simple beginner friendly pattern that only has 6 rows, so it works up pretty quickly. You can turn this into a coaster or use the motif on a pillow or a purse or bag, whatever you would like. It's super easy. And if you would like to follow along to the free written pattern, that's going to be linked down in the description box below. The materials that you'll need, I'm using a 5mm crochet hook, and I'm also using Caron 1 pound in the color Espresso for the base and Sun Yellow for the leaves. Alright guys, let's hop directly into this pattern. To begin, we're going to start with a magic ring. If you don't know how to create a magic ring, you can also chain 4 and slip stitch into the first chain to form a ring. To start, we're going to chain 1. We're going to place 15 double crochets into the ring. So pause your video here and continue placing 15 double crochets into the ring. We've made it to the very end of round number 1, and we're going to slip stitch to join into the very first double crochet. And you can pull your tail to close off the center of your ring. So let's start round number 2. We're going to chain 1. That chain 1 does not count as a stitch. We're going to place 2 double crochet back into the same stitch right here. 1, back into the same stitch, and 2. We're going to place 2 double crochets in each stitch all the way around. So pause your video here and continue placing 2 double crochets in each stitch. And I'll meet you back at the other side. We've made it to the end of round number 2, and you may have noticed I changed color yarns because the dark brown was just too difficult to see. So at the end of this round, you should have a total of 30 stitches. We're going to slip stitch to join into the very first double crochet. Now let's begin round number 3. We're going to start by chaining 1. The pattern repeat I'm going to write above or below wherever it may fit. We're going to place 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets into the same stitch. So the first stitch is this little space right here. So 2 double crochets, 1 back into the same stitch, 2, chain 1, and 2 double crochets back into the same stitch. 1 and 2. Now we're going to skip 2 stitches and repeat this pattern repeat. 1, 2, skip. Let's do it again. 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. 1 back into the same stitch. Chain 1, 2 double crochets back into that same stitch. 1 back in there again, and 2. And now you're going to skip 2 stitches again. That is going to be our pattern repeat all the way around. We're going to skip 2 stitches, then do a 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets into the same stitch all the way around, and I'll meet you at the other side and I'll work the last stitch with you. At the end of round number 3, you should have a total of 10 groupings of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet going all the way around. So now we're just going to slip stitch to join into that very first double crochet. And you're going to fasten off your work. Now we're going to take our secondary color. We're going to attach the secondary color to any one of your chain 1 spaces. So I'm going to attach mine right here. So take your secondary yarn. Okay, now as that's attached, make sure you chain 1. And we're going to work this round similar to the last round. We're going to place 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet into each one of your chain 1 spaces. So let's work the first couple together. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, 1, 2, back into the same stitch with 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. My yarn is getting pretty close. Let me pull it out. All right, so remember, that is going to be your pattern repeat all the way around. I'll show you one more time. Go into the next, chain 1 space over with 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. I'm going to be moving a little bit faster. 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, 1, 2, and 3 double crochet back into the same stitch. 1, 2, and 3. That is our pattern repeat all the way around. So in every chain one stitch from the previous row, we're going to 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet all the way around, and I'll meet you back at the other side. We've just completed round number 4, and now we're just going to slip stitch to join into that very first double crochet. Now begins round number 5. We're going to start by chaining 1, and we're going to place a single crochet back into that very same stitch. You can see because there's a little hole right there. And now begins our pattern repeat. We're going to place 8 double crochets in each one of these chain 2 spaces. I'll work it with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this is what it looks like. And now you're going to place a single crochet between your 3rd and 4th double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, and here's your 4th. You're going to go underneath both these stitches to place a single crochet. So you see that little gap underneath, and place a single crochet. And that is going to be our pattern repeat all the way around. So you're going to place 8 double crochets into the chain 2 space, followed by a single crochet into this space right here in between your 3rd and 4th double crochet. So pause your video here, and I'll meet you at the other side. We've made it to the end of round number 5, and this is what your work should look like. We're going to slip stitch into the very first single crochet. Now we're going to chain 1. We're going to skip the very first stitch right here, the one that's tense up, and we're going to single crochet into the next 4 double crochets. I'll work it with you. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain 2. 1, 2. Now we're going to single crochet into the next 4 double crochets. Back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 2. 1, 2, and we're going to slip stitch around your 5th row right here in between your stitches. So slip stitch, and this begins our pattern repeat. And we'll start all over again. I'll work it with you. So we're going to place 4 single crochets into the next 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 2. 1, 2, 4 more single crochets into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. and chain 2 and start all over again. 1, 2, and do that slip stitch around row number 5. This will be your pattern repeat. You'll slip stitch around the 5th row, then single crochet into the next 4 stitches, chain 2, single crochet into the next 4 stitches, chain 2, and start all over again. So pause your video here and I'll meet you at the end of this round. We've made it to the end of round number 6 and I just completed my last 4 stitches. I forgot to add, after your 4 stitches, chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch. Now we're going to slip stitch just like before between those both 2 rows. And you can fasten off your work and your sunflower is all done. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you check out my other ones and actually check out my sunflower hat. And I'll see you all on the very next pattern. Bye guys.